In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Elevate your new week. Fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update, Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis, and the most attention-grabbing lines, Deciphering World Event.
Welcome. You're welcome to another edition of Between the Lines. Between the Lines, our Monday SSM News Kickstarter for the week. Lively conversation program that keeps you on and gives you updates as it affects us, global Africa. Joining me from Lagos, Nigeria is our man, Ogbeni Olayinka Raji. You're welcome to Between the Lines.
Good evening, Mark. Good evening, viewers across the world. Welcome to Between the Lines on Monday.
It's good to see you, Raji.
Pleasure, man.
We missed a lot during the absence because you were to give us some updates from the West African end, but we didn't do that. But as time goes on, we'll get some of those updates. Is that so?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. So viewers, you are tuned into Between the Lines. Elevate your week, fuel your success, like we say, and kickstart the week with news updates. Raji, as usual, every week has something that catches our attention. The one that is catching the attention today is this Bola Ahmed Tinubu's drug case that is resurfacing again. Raji, do you have any update on that? Yesterday, the federal government had to give some reports, press briefing to the press that United States District Court has ordered the anti-drug agency to release confidential information on our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, regarding some case of drug in the 90s he was involved in. So we're waiting. Our eyes are glued to every corner. We're waiting to see if the report will be open to the press. But meanwhile, the Tinubu spokesman, Bayo Ononuga, said something contrary to that. He said it's an update from the intelligence agency and the DEA and all the arms of intelligence in America that some people have actually been accusing these offices for not releasing the information on Tinubu. So let me hold myself here. Raji, what's your take? What are you hearing from your corner?
As far as I can see, I don't think there will be new revelations. There isn't much that we have not heard about Tinubu's drug case. It's been on for almost 20 years now. So I don't think there's anything new that will be coming out. I don't think there's anything to even ruffle Tinubu's feathers. Although, as far as it is now, his feathers are rather thick. So it's not easy to ruffle.
His feathers are rather thick. Yes. Well, you said that, but let's do some background story to this. Let's recall that a lot of petitioners, a lot of people have been asking for his papers to be opened, that investigation. Take note also that LP man, Peter Obi, was one of those that asked for the information surrounding that story. We know it's alleged that he was forced to forfeit $460,000 suspected cash that was suspected to be from drug trafficking. So these are not joke, Raji. These are not light things. These are not stories you put by the corner. The president of a country shouldn't have that stain, even if
But
he's presently not.
it's
So we shouldn't
it's
be.
nothing
Uh-huh.
it's nothing new. It's all
It's
in the
nothing.
public domain. We know about all these things, so it's nothing new. I'm sorry if you are going to be disappointed by whatever revelations that will be coming from the FBI and the CIA and the GA. There's nothing
Then
new.
on top of it, Raji, on top of it,
Yes.
our courts, our tribunals, and all the legal sector didn't do. There weren't any response when people laid out those allegations and complained, and nobody said it. It just went down the radar, you know.
Because
But now, now you,
there was
Raji,
nothing
you
to
know
do.
what? You know what? Trump
Mm.
is a tough liner. Trump is not he's not ready to play games with anybody, you know. So what we're seeing is for this to resurface again, there's probably a scratch from somewhere, and Trump is now giving the go-ahead for the DEA, the Federal Bureau investigation, and all those arms to open up whatever they have on him. That's
There's
what it
nothing
is.
new. It will
There's
add
nothing
nothing
new.
new to all that you know about it. And most of what happened probably happened in the early 1990s, and they are not even justiciable in the Nigerian courts as of today.
Hmm. Okay. Anyway, it's not something to play down on because
I'm
a
not
lot of
playing down on
Nigerians.
anything.
Okay.
I'm just assuring you that you are going to be disappointed. You are one
So
of those people who didn't want
what would be our
Trump in.
disappointment? What would be our
Sorry,
disappointment? What could happen? What do you what?
because there's nothing
Mhm.
new that is going to be revealed that has not been
So
revealed all these
yes,
years.
yes, absolutely. It's not new. We know this, but you know,
Mm.
coming from the from America, where these allegations have been put out, and now them affirming, them saying yes, see what happened in the 90s with this man, see what he did. I mean that would be new to Nigerians because that means
No,
our
because
complaints were not
all
in
those
vain.
accusations, all those facts have all been coming from the US. They didn't originate from Nigeria. Whatever happened in the US. So all the news we've been getting about it have been coming from the US. There's going to be nothing new.
Hmm.
I'm sure. I can assure you of that disappointment on your side. Nothing
Hmm.
new that we
Okay.
don't know about Tinubu.
Yes.
Mm.
Nothing new that we don't know about. But what could happen if it's opened up? What could happen? We could have.
Nothing will
I mean,
happen. All these things have been opened up anyway. That's
mhm.
why we're able to hear about all the stories. You know,
Okay.
Tinubu is
So
Tinubu is like an enigma. We are not even sure of his parentage. We are not sure of his real name. We are not sure of his anything. We are not sure of anything. But one thing, so
mhm.
and he has wangled himself into becoming the president of this country. There's no new revelation that is coming from the US that is going to shake his position.
Hmm. There's no new revelation that will be coming that will shake his position. But
Mm.
you know, coming from where we are, like we out here abroad, these are not playthings. These are not joke. These are not things you just push and say, nothing will happen. These are real serious things. Nobody runs a public
Now,
office with this
all
resume. Uh-huh.
all these things were in the public domain during the presidential elections.
Mhm.
Yes,
Mhm.
so what all that you are saying now is like as my mother would say, campaign after elections. There's no
Okay.
new thing that is going to shake his position as the president of the country. Probably in 2027,
Mhm.
some things may come up, the ground may
Mhm.
shift, but as at now, Tinubu is our president until the end of the 2027 election.
Okay, let's leave the case, the drug case, and talk about him being in France. And even though they are trying to make it very discreet, closing up whatever he's doing there, but we know one of the reasons he could be there is his health. And we also know he's been going to France in time past because of health issue. Now, how optimistic are you when you have somebody this age going through series of health challenges and he has to, at the point, go off? Yes.
I've said earlier that Tinubu is an enigma. There's hardly anything you know about him that you can vouch to be the truth. His age is shrouded in mystery. He's even very being is shrouded in mystery. Now, I'll be surprised if eventually we'll get to find out that it's probably not even Yoruba. So all these things are there. Now, and how are you sure that he's actually in France now? How are you sure? Because everything is shrouded in some kind of mystery. That is. No, but
it's quite interesting to have such a figure. It's quite interesting to have this person also lead a country like Nigeria, where you think, I mean, there are more intelligent minds and all that. But yes, he's an enigma. He's a mystery. A lot of things surrounding him mysterious, but still somehow some people believe in him, and that's why they also got him into office. Some people think he is a hero. Some people see him as their legend, as their icon. I know the infinity symbol has become a symbol a lot of people put in their homes, in their cars, and all because they adore this man. So I mean, if we're in that situation, that means he's not a mystery to some people. He's well accepted.
A lot of people are just bloody hypocrites who are hungry and are concerned all about their own stomach infrastructure. So they can put on the cap, whether genuinely or as a means of getting favors. But that's what has become of our country. That the level of poverty that has been enshrined, and the poverty has been so weaponized that a lot of people have lost their decency, their dignity. Otherwise, the state of emergency in Rivers shouldn't have happened.
Yes, we'll come to that, Raji. Yes, we'll come to that. It's really serious, Raji. It's good you are saying what you're saying from your corner. That a lot of people are hypocrites. They do this for their stomach service. All to just make some money. So they will be hailing the man, praising the man, and all is for gain, interest. Quite interesting. Yes. So do we have will there be a time when people will just do things with their conscience and not out of hypocrisy? Will there be that time, Raji?
They are still very decent people. I just saw the resignation letter of a magistrate in River State that he cannot continue to perform under the present circumstances in River State, and therefore he is resigning his position as a magistrate. That is, he can't work under a quasi-military government in a supposedly democratic environment. Yes, they are still very, very decent people. In fact, there are so many decent people that you'll be shocked, but they are very, very quiet.
But
decency doesn't make too much noise.
Baraji, aren't they also complacent to this whole quagmire, where because they are not talking, they are not being active, they are just decent and living, staying calm. They don't want to hurt anybody. They don't want to talk.
No,
I mean, this
it's
could
not a
also
matter of
be
they don't want to talk. It's not a matter of they don't want to talk. It's not a matter of they don't want to hurt anybody. But there comes a time when when decency requires you to be quiet.
Mm.
You see, sometimes I find it difficult to actually even engage with some people because for my own sake, I rather keep calm for my own sake.
For your own sake, you rather keep calm. Okay, Raji.
I rather
Raji,
keep
but
calm.
there's a young man that is not keeping calm. He has been known to be very, very outspoken. Even when it's hitting on somebody, he doesn't care. There's that music called rap music. You know about the rap
Mm.
music. And in
Idris,
Nigeria, there's a young man called Idris. Yes,
Idris, yes.
Idris Tariyo Abdul Karim.
Mm.
He's
Mm.
called Idris Abdul Karim. Yeah, the singer and the rapper. And
Mm.
actually, he has been in the forefront of the music entertainment in Nigeria, the hip hop music. Now, he
Okay,
came
sir.
out and sang that song, Tell Your Papa, to Shei Tunumbu, Go Tell Your Papa. We can't play that song here, viewers, because of the copyright, the copyright protection on it. But Raji, this young man sang that song, and what followed was not too good. Media homes, our federal radio corporation, and many other radio homes banned the song, and the instruction is coming from the
Sycophants and
president.
hypocrites.
Okay,
Sycophants and hypocrites. Yes.
okay,
And
okay. So
I'm also happy that they banned it because it has now given the music the track more
popularity,
mileage.
yes,
Yes.
yes, more money. The boy, he's now Idris is now getting more airtime, more,
Yes.
and this means more money for him because people might be downloading, companies will be downloading, and he's making money out of all of this ban. So yes, viewers, that's Idris Abdul Karim
Abdul
sang a
Karim, yes.
song. Sheyi. Now Sheyi is the son of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So he's telling the boy, go tell your father that people are suffering. Go tell your papa, people are going through a lot of economic situation. So one thing happened anyway, Raji. A man
Mm.
that never used to speak out for against Tinubu stood up, and that's Wole Soyinka. Wole Soyinka stood up and said, why will they ban the boy's song? That's a song, and it has nothing to do with, I mean, it's just a song. So why do you stop playing somebody's music because he's making reference to the government? That's crazy. So for once, Soyinka is stepping up now. Wole Soyinka has been on the other side since the Tinubu administration,
Mm.
but this time he's
Those
standing up and
mm.
Mhm. Go ahead.
There have been some
Go ahead.
uncharitable comments about Wole Soyinka's stance that he's
Mhm.
trying to redeem his tattered reputation.
Yes, indeed. I agree with that, really.
But then you
So,
see, there comes a time when a man has to be a man, you know, uh, because you can right beside you, you see people are suffering. People can't buy a whole tuber of yam; they have to buy tubers in pieces. That
mm,
shows a lot of people are suffering. Are suffering. I look at myself sometimes and I wonder how those who are under my employment survive.
mm,
We hardly come to the office now because you have to do transportation alone will wipe out all the salary. Transportation alone. So most of what you do now is out of the office, and because it is crazy. A bag of
it's
rice is
crazy.
more than a
Viewers,
bag of rice
yes.
is more than 2 months salary, 2 months basic salary. So how
Can
do you
you beat
survive?
that? Mm.
Mm.
Okay, Raji, thank you. Viewers, what we're talking about is the situation of things, and the Nigerian rapper Idris Abdul Karim,
Abdul Karim.
that sang a song telling the president's son to go tell his papa, go tell your father the country is not well at all. And he got banned. Radio homes, federal radio homes, a lot of places said no, this music won't go that far. But kudos to that band. I can tell you, like Rajis and I agreed, the man's song is getting more download, more, and he's making more money too. A lot of people will want to hear that song that was banned. You know, they say, "Let me hear why they banned this song." And so enriching Idris Abdul Karim. Idris is known to be in so many of these situations. The last one was the song Jaga Jaga, where he said Nigeria was in a very terrible stage, and that was during Olusegun Obasanjo's tenure as president, and he sang the song Nigeria Jaga Jaga. He has also done some confrontations in the past. So the man is, you know, is somebody that probably doesn't take, he can't stand things not be going well. So so far the song has been banned. Wale Soyinka said they shouldn't do that. So we want to appreciate Wale Soyinka, the great man, Nobel laureate, our big daddy. He reacted to the development and called that thing. He said that ban is unjust and shouldn't be done. So viewers, that's what's happening. On Monday, Between the Line, Raji and me and Raji were here. Raji, now the other issue that's really strong that we need to talk about is Rivers. You were bringing up some clue to that. Rivers State, Port Harcourt is still not. I mean, let's see this clip. Let's see what happened during the weekend in Rivers State. Raji, it's a long clip. We'll play it maybe after some of the discussion. Raji, what we're seeing there is the Rivers women staging. That's a massive protest, Raji. That's a large mammoth number of women there, and all they're saying is bring back our Fubara, the democratic elected governor of Rivers State. The women were, what we got from our source is those are mothers, those are wives, those are people's mothers, and they are appealing directly to the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to lift the suspension on the governor of Fubara. So that's a crowd, Waraji. That's a small number. And one point of note is I like the way the security arm didn't hush them down. They didn't start beating them like they normally do when there are protests like that.
They had no option.
Yeah, rather they were escorting them. We saw mobile vehicles going with them, and that's better than what normally happens. Raji, let's talk about this. So these women are coming up to protest. It's their right to do what they're doing, and I think it's time. That was coming right on time. What do you think?
Right. I'm really happy that it is happening, and they're doing it gradually, and it is gaining momentum.
That's correct.
Because that state of emergency was patently illegal, and it is something that Tinubu himself fought against when he was governor, when it happened to Ladoja in Oyo State, and probably Darie in Plateau State.
Okay.
You know, it seems to me that Tinubu is doing the opposite of all the things he has been fighting against. He's doing the opposite because he started as a pro-democracy fighter. All that he's doing now is undemocratic. In fact, 99% of the steps he has taken so far are undemocratic. He has broken every promise that he ever made. During the elections, he has said that Agbewale when the price of fuel went up, giving people the impression that, of course, he is going to do something. But the very thing, the very action that he took when during his inauguration was to triple the cost of fuel.
Can you imagine?
Which is a great scam. It's a big scam. A big scam. He has been doing contrary to all the things he has been saying. He has been fighting against it.
Now these women are saying he should bring back their governor. And but do you think they will listen? It's one thing to protest; it's another thing to get your protest.
Now, what's happening? What's happening is this: Tinubu knows that the action he took was illegal, and unconstitutional. But he's giving 6 months, and then we gauge the reaction of people during that period, and that is what will determine. The PDP governors have gone to court to challenge that state of emergency.
Action.
Yes.
Okay. So viewers, you're tuned into our Monday starters Between the Lines, and we're talking about River State. Mothers, wives, sisters, women generally coming out to protest, and the crowd it's not no joke. That was real mammoth crowd of women going through the streets.
Massive Mark.
Yes.
So Massive Mark, could you believe that there was also another group that was going about in support of the state of emergency?
But it couldn't have been bigger than this group. It
couldn't have been.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been. But just to let you know that they are hypocrites and they are psychophants and they are mentally retarded people who cannot even fight for their own rights.
Well, life has it that in everything, whatever it is, actions, deeds, everything has two sides of it. So people will never stay with you. Some people will be on the other side of the fence. So that's life for you, the big man.
God save us. God save us. God save us from massive stupid people.
Massive stupid. All right, Raji, hang on there. Viewers, you are tuned into Between the Lines. This beautiful day, the 14th day of April 2025. Let's go on a small break. We'll be back. Don't touch that dial.
In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in diaspora and at home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
White guys who join
Yes, viewers, we're back. Between the lines. My name is Mark Godwin Iwejo, and I'm here with Ogbeni Olayinka Raji. Raji, it's good to have you on the other end.
Pleasure.
Let's come to a little bit of science and tech. Raji, something wonderful happened today. You know, I get excited when I see the space talk, space action. What happened was a couple of women, all women, you know, the women are pulling strings now. All women went out of space, Raji, this early this morning. So let's see that clip and come to talk about it. Let's see this clip.
Katie! Woo!
Liftoff. New Shepard has cleared the tower.
Oprah watching her best friend go to space.
Puff of dust, last milliseconds, air cushion that will kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
I just have to have a moment with the ground. So let me just appreciate the ground for just a second.
Okay, Raji, I know you're just seeing this. Anyway, I was following that in the morning. It was a sight to behold. What we just saw there, viewers, is a company called Blue Origin, owned by the man Jeff Bezos. Jeff is Amazon man, the owner of the company called Amazon. So Jeff is also trying some space moves. So his company is the Blue Origin, and he had an all-female flight. They launched out of space. The women you see there are one Gal King. That's the black woman that used to make news with one of these network. Then you have Katy Perry, the musician. You have Lauren Sanchez, Jeff Bezos' fiance. And I think there's another lady again. So 6 women took part in this whole space flight, and they launched out of, they went out of space in that capsule, and this whole thing happened for like 10 minutes, just 10 minutes. So they went out of the orbit and came back and landed safely back in the International Aviation Space Center. And it's a big thing because it's not something you do every time. A lot of money has been spent, and these women have seen something they've never seen in their lifetime, going out of space. So when they came back, they were interviewed. They said, "How did you see our planet from outer space?" They said, "It was quiet and tiny." Quiet and tiny. So we were tiny, little tiny thing like that. So I get excited anyway. I don't know, Raji, what do you say?
You see, if they were flying the spacecraft themselves, that would be something interesting. They were just passengers.
Okay.
The whole control was from ground control, and that because they are all male, female, there's no big deal. Haven't we heard where being said that what a man can do, a woman can do better? So there's nothing strange.
No, but it's something big for them because all of the women are not actually in that space science thing. These are
they
just,
don't have to be. They don't have to be because they are just passengers in the capsule. I'll be more fascinated by a whole female crew flying the 787, Airbus 787. Female, they are in control and they are flying.
It will happen something. It will.
It has happened. It has happened.
It has happened. Okay.
So
all right.
Even though.
Yes, thank you, Raji.
Go ahead, yes.
I know but you don't seem to be as excited as I am. I was so excited,
we are different people. You like women. So.
Raji, let's come to economics now. Something
Yeah.
is happening in Nigeria with the Naira for crude. You know about the Naira for crude? Well, the Naira for
Yeah.
crude has been a policy Bola Ahmed Tinubu put in place since, I think it's since last year, December, where transactions on crude oil are done with Naira, not dollars, and also direct Naira to product, Naira to crude, direct interactions. So, but what is happening now is people are saying because of this, Dangote should now put his company, Dangote Petroleum Refinery, into the stock market so that people can buy shares, people can own shares and be part of that whole economic money-making process. So what do you have on that? I know you're into that.
Is it sometimes is it a mass of people are easily scammed, but with terms like Naira for crude. So what does that really mean? That you are buying it in Naira, and how is the price of it in Naira determined?
Okay.
Is it
You tell us.
Is it not some relationship? Is not. I'm sure it will be a relationship between the dollar price and the Naira. If they are now buying at a certain exchange rate lower than the official exchange rate, then that's okay. But as far as I'm concerned, what I would have thought the government do for the people is that you see there's a certain amount of fuel of crude that is reserved for local refinement. Local refineries. Our three major refineries are not functional. Each of them is entitled to about 150,000 barrels of crude every day. This is crude that is not to be sold. I would have thought that the government would give this amount to Dangote to refine and then to sell to the people. That will make life much easier. It doesn't affect our crude what our OPEC quantity that we need to. This is outside of the OPEC quota. I would have thought that that's something that the government could do. Then Dangote will buy the remaining 650,000, remaining 200,000 barrels by whatever figure that the federal government and they will agree on. Refine these things for us, and then for each of these things, that 450,000 barrels is enough for the total consumption of the whole country, through including jet A1, diesel, kerosene, and all our refined product requirements. Now that people are not even buying vehicles. So
people are not buying vehicles.
The total number of vehicles in Nigeria is not up to what you can have in London or New York City. And we don't buy up to 200,000 brand new vehicles every year. We don't buy up to. I don't think we buy up to 50,000 or maybe 100,000 brand new vehicles.
But let me ask you this: you are on ground.
Yes.
You follow the economy, you follow the market, you follow the business space. But why is it hard for federal government to create more job opportunity, more job outlets, make people get involved, activities happening? There's a circle of money transactions and business activities moving. Now that will in turn bring more revenue, more income for the government, more tax, more income. You understand what I'm trying to say? Why is this
correctly?
Yes, go ahead. Why
cannot be. They cannot be. Look at our educational system. Our educational system does not prepare you to be self-employed. It prepares you to get a certificate and go looking for a job.
And there's no job.
How many jobs? Look, it's better for you to be trained as an artisan, as a technician, so that the moment you get out of your
School.
training,
Training.
you are able to even start something with your hands, and you are able to employ one or two people to help you with your job. That way, you see, that way a person who is self-employed can employ one or two people to help him with his employment.
But the Ministry of Employment, the Ministry of Labor, the Ministry of Youth, all these ministries that cater to all of this aspect, I don't see what they are doing, because
there's nothing they can do.
They have the power. All they need is more will and force.
They don't have. No, I think you are dreaming. I think you are dreaming. They don't have any power. They don't have any will. They don't have nothing.
Then why are they there? Why are they what? Why do they call themselves what?
They are the relics of our colonial upbringing.
Oh dear.
See, yes, they are just relics. So we just replicate them year after year, year after year.
Oh dear.
Let us start.
Seriously, because also our numbers are increasing every year. Nigeria is increasing by number, and we're not making any progress.
Mark, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Okay.
This same situation is happening in the US. Initially, in the late 50s and early 60s, you found a man in every black home who is engaged, who was trained to be an electrician, a technician, an auto mechanic, a mason or something, a carpenter who works with his hands and earned income. And earned income. But then a lot of blacks were now encouraged to go to college. And you have black Americans being professors of literature, of psychology, of this, of that. What would a psychologist bring to the table?
Okay.
How many black psychologists or black psychiatrists are gainfully employed?
How
many of them? So the person who should have been an auto technician is now a college graduate and can speak very, very fluent English, but he's useless to himself. He can't bring food to the table. Therefore, he cannot marry a woman who will be able to stay at home and take care of the children.
And
that's
this way,
forced a lot of women out of the home. Yes. So it's the same thing with us here now. Every week or every month since Tinubu came in, he has been opening one university after the other, and technical colleges has been upgraded to universities. Now, wondering what kind of madness is going on, because even the universities we have now, they are underfunded and they don't have enough teachers and lecturers to man it. So why are you creating more universities?
Why are you creating more universities?
Yes. There's almost a university in every local government you go to now. It's crazy.
Wow. It is indeed, Raji. I think we've done the core mission. The core mission, what we've come to do has been accomplished, and you've done it. You were the one doing it.
Thank you.
I won't want to take much of the time.
We did it together.
Yes, thank you so much. But Raji, is there any update you want to give us before we go? Is there anything we need to know from your end or from the global updates?
There have been talk about local government autonomy. And I think that it's another scam that is coming from Tinubu, because Tinubu himself knows that local governments are supposed to be under the states.
Okay.
If the states cannot create more local government, And the number of local governments a state can have is enshrined in the constitution. Everything is tied down.
Okay.
Now, I won't be surprised if after some time, because local government funds are not getting to local government, the federal government will not want to be in charge of distribution, or
Okay.
want to see how he can save it for them, so that by the time they or borrow it from them, as has been borrowing, it has been borrowing
All these years.
from all these even retirement benefits of people. So that by the time you retire, your money has been borrowed, has been lent to the federal government, and you have to wait for its returns. And then we've said this so many times that there should be a limit or a stop to our borrowing from the World Bank, from the IMF, from all those things. Let us live within our means. Let us live within our means instead of embarking on white elephant projects, 15 trillion coastal highway, and all those nonsenses.
All right, big man.
Is about the third of the whole.
This is it.
Government's budget. Sorry.
Budget. Thank you very much, Raji. Raji, we've done it. So, viewers, this is it. Between the Lines, Monday, the 14th of April, we've come, Raji and myself, and we've done our little updates we can put out for now. Hope to be here again Wednesday morning, 12 p.m., 11 a.m. West African time. But until then, have a beautiful week start. This is the week, the Christians, this is a special week for a lot of Christians around the world, Raji. It's a week to the Easter. Yesterday was Palm Sunday. And beautiful moments. These are moments we cherish, bringing to remembrance what has happened and how somebody, a legend, more than a legend, came and saved us, you know. So viewers, stay with us. Yes, for all of us. Raji the man. Raji, thank you. So until we come again, have a beautiful week. Thank you, Raji, for coming back.
Thank you, man.
So viewers, we happy to have you with us till Wednesday. Do have a great week prior to the Easter weekend. God bless you. Bye-bye.